Hey guys, what's up? So if you haven't noticed, I've been gone for like 2 weeks, I suppose, completely MIA, and I apologize for that. But I had planned for it to be another way, but it just kind of happened like this, and I'm not gonna be mad about it. But I wanted to come on here and explain like why I disappeared for 2 weeks. I had filmed footage and planned out things to do, like on the plane and like in the car once we were in England. And then just none of it happened like that, none of it. And it was a super easy flight there. So we flew from Des Moines to Chicago. We met up with some friends in Chicago and kind of spent the day there, which was really nice. And then we jumped on a plane that night to do an overnight flight to London. We hopped on the tube into town.
Victoria Coach Station.
To Brixton to our friend's flat. Hung out that day around London, went to like Hyde Park and had a little picnic, which was really nice. And then we all went to bed. None of us, and like even our friends that lived in London, had never been to Stonehenge, so like, why not? Let's go to Stonehenge. So from Stonehenge, we took the car down to like the southern coast. And where did we hit? We went to Door, a couple beaches around there, and then we went to Bournemouth. The whole time we stayed in super cool places like Airbnbs, bed and breakfasts, and England is so old and beautiful. Wednesday we went to Salcombe to meet up with our friends, but we went kayaking. We had this really cool, a couple rooms in this really cool house. We played a round of croquet, and then we're like, right, there's a pub that's like a mile away from here. If we just cut through this field, we'll get there. And then we get into this field and we start going, and we're like, there's cows over there. And I'm from Iowa and I like have no problems with cows, but the cows were like, I'm like, is that a fence there, or is that just like posts? Like, can I get through? And they started like trotting down, and then they could get through because this was their pasture, this was their field. And like, then they started acting like really weird and making like, not aggressive moves, but moves that I didn't like, sounds I didn't like. And then like another feist one came, and I was like, get me out of here. Michael and two other people went into town and actually got us food. We stayed up, ate, drank, laughed, had a good time, went to bed, and the next day we went to the beach and had breakfast. We left and we all headed back up to Blagden. And the roads in England, especially in like the countryside, are insane. Just enough room for one tiny car, but yet there's like, there'll be like two-way traffic, and like one car you'll have to like pull off into the bushes, and the other one has to squeeze past, and you'll keep going again. Like it was the craziest thing. There's a place called Cheddar around there, in the Cheddar Gorge, and it was really pretty. But I think my favorite thing about the wedding and the weekend is like that all of the friends got together beforehand. So we all just kind of like got together and we became really chummy good friends, and that made the wedding so much better, because then when we got to the wedding after the ceremony, like we're all sitting together at the same table. We knew everyone, so we're like laughing and joking about things. So that was probably one of my favorite aspects of it. And then the next day we woke up, me and Michael rented a car, and we've driven in England once before, rented a car, but we got an automatic, and we somehow got a manual this time, but which is fine. And so our friend who had just gotten married took him out like a quick little driving lesson. Drove down to Brockenhurst for the Smoked and Cut like music festival. We went there because we want to see King Charles, and we were like, missed the whole entire festival. We get there, we park, we're like exhausted, just mentally and like physically just exhausted from the week because we had so much fun. And we get there and we find the shuttle, and he's like, we're like, oh, are you the shuttle for the festival? He's like, yeah, but it's like, it's over. And we're like, what? Well, just take us in anyways. So we went in, and Michael and I were like, oh, we missed him, didn't we? We're upset about it. And we get there and there's still people about, and there's a band setting up. And so we're just kind of like walking around checking it out. And then I'm like, we're both like, that's him, like that's King Charles, like geeking out a little bit. So we like get all happy again. Michael goes and gets us 2 glasses of wine. We like sit down, lean up against a hay bale. There was like a group of older people next to us, probably around our parents' age. They're like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, we're from the States, we're from Iowa, like smack dab in the middle. Oh, we were at a wedding, we really want to see King Charles. They were family friends of the drummer, whose name is Ben, apparently. The show was great. He played Love Lust, that was his last song, and me and Michael are so excited.
The lust only grows like anger and revenge. Beauty comes and goes, but love stays until the end. Beauty comes and goes, but love stays until. I'll never let a woman go, even when you know.
And then afterwards, that group of people, Ben came to talk to them, and they're like, Ben, come meet these guys. They're from Iowa. That's so cool. Let me go grab Charles. So we got to meet King Charles, and he was actually like super cool. He had really cool green loafers on, and we're pretty much best friends now. We invited him to Iowa because he's gonna be coming through. But then we went back to the place we were staying, and it was this thatched cottage from the early 1600s. So the next day we woke up, it's kind of drizzly, and we didn't know what we wanted to do with our day. So we're like, let's drive to Oxford, why not? And it's just a super cool town. I mean, it's beautiful, and just kind of like hung out there, walked around, went to some vintage shops. Tuesday morning came, and I woke up early and I went to the Vaulted Cafe, which is like right outside the Radcliffe Camera. It's like this atmosphere, this aura around Oxford that makes you want to learn and want to work on your own things. So about the time we got to Oxford, I was getting super excited to come back home to Des Moines just because I love Des Moines, and I also was like, right, I can't wait to get back to work. We dropped our car at Heathrow, took the tube into town, and met another friend who lives in Clapton South, and spent the night with her. She took us out to dinner, and then Wednesday came, and so we were supposed to have an 8:40 flight. Give ourselves plenty of time. We leave her house at like 6 a.m. We took 2 trains, and on the second train, Mike was like putting his stuff back in his bag. He's like, where's my phone? He had left his phone on the last train, and all of our travel information was on that phone, so we didn't know which terminal we were going to. By the time we figured out we were supposed to be in Terminal 3 and got to Terminal 3, we had missed our check-in window by 5 minutes. And they wouldn't give us a boarding pass to try and run for it. Like, yes, it was our fault that we didn't know where we were going or have our boarding passes and checked in already. So we had to pay to switch our tickets, which was not nice. And then that flight didn't leave till 12:40. Finally, our flight leaves from London to Chicago, get through, customs and everything, go back through security and checking the board for our flight to Des Moines, and it's like, Des Moines, 5:15, canceled. And then there was like a bunch of other flights that were canceled. I was like, Michael, our flight is canceled. Thankfully, we were able to get on the 8:30 flight, which got us into Des Moines at like 9:30, and by the time we got back to our apartment, it was like 10:30. I don't know. But we were supposed to get back to Des Moines at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We didn't get home till like 10 p.m. But it was such an amazing trip, except for that like last day. I love England. I think it's beautiful there. People are nice. We have lots of friends, and even more friends now. But that's why I disappeared for 2 weeks, is because I went on a trip, and I planned for things to happen, and they didn't happen because I just didn't do them. But I have plenty of footage, and I have that other footage, so I'll be making many videos for you guys here in the future. That was a very long story, but yes, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for videos from this trip and the videos I filmed before the trip that have to do with travel. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye, guys.